She was studying me, not subtly. She was never a subtle woman, but with the semi-direct frankness with which children survey strange people. And I must have been strange to her, God knows, sitting there in that vast house of hers, a fair sample of the unprotected young woman thrown on the world to sink or swim. When that day I had driven up the hill in my old car and faced the vast mass of the Cloisters, I had very nearly turned back. It had loomed at the end of the drive, like a combination of the Capitol at Washington and the new Beverly High School, with a touch of the city courthouse thrown in, and it had frankly scared me. But I was not frightened now. I think if anything I was amused. She put out her cigarette and sat upright. "Tell me a little about yourself, Pat. That's only fair. If you stay on, as I hope you will know all about me very soon. Dr. Sterling says you are, well, alone. Have you no family?" "My father and mother are both dead," I said, my throat tightening. "Never mind. I'm sorry, my dear. I suppose things weren't too good after they had gone." "They have been pretty bad," I said frankly. "I have some real estate, mostly unoccupied or mortgaged. Not much else. If you think I can do the work—" "Of course you can. I only hope you like us here. We'll do our best to make you happy." Yes, that is what she said. I was to be happy. Everything was to be as cheerful as a morning in May. And it was easy to believe it that day, with the June breeze drifting in through the windows, Maud Wainwright's friendly smile, and the French doors open onto that roof garden of hers, built over a lower wing, bright with early flowers and with a big mastiff asleep there in the sun. Happy and luxurious, there in the boudoir, with its thick white rug, its pale grey walls, and its powder blue and rose and yellow-covered chairs and chaises longues. And outside, partly hidden by the shrubbery, that awful playhouse of hers, with all it was to mean to us later. She sat up suddenly, as though all details had been arranged, and we were now ready for business. "All right," she said. "What about this dinner of mine, Pat? Is it a mistake, or isn't it?" Privately, I thought it was a mistake. To understand that, or even this story, I must make clear the curious relationship between what we in Beverly called the Hill and what the Hill called the village. Beverly never thought of itself as a suburb. It was a self-contained unit, with its own club and its own conservative social life. Its residents could, and did, make their money in the city 10 miles away. From the 8:30 in the morning to the 5:30 at night, it claimed them. But Beverly was their spiritual home. Its river was their river. Its lovely old houses and gardens belonged to them, and so, until 20 years before, had the hill country which rose behind the river valley. I had lived there all my life. I had learned to paddle a canoe on the river, had ridden to school on a bicycle before I went to boarding school, and in the Beverly Club ballroom I had had my first dancing lessons. Miss Mattie, holding up her long, full black taffeta skirt, her neat toes pointing out, and 2 rows of small boys and girls awkwardly hopping about. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, the piano going, the ballroom floor shining, and the future citizens of the village giggling and learning to dance. Then one day, something began to happen to the hill. Up to that time, it had been ours, for picnics, for hiking trips along its green lanes, and for riding our quiet family horses, we children with a groom, who was usually the stable boy to keep an eye on us, or with Mr. Gentry, the riding master, to teach us to jump. Low brush jumps, and Mr. Gentry erect on his big horse. "All right, Patricia, your turn." A coldness in the pit of my stomach. My small